Hi everyone, this is Aaron for Zollotech, and we're going to continue our comparison between iOS 5 and Windows 8. Here we have the iPad 3, or the latest iPad, and we have the Dell Inspiron Duo that we're running Windows 8 consumer preview on. So it's basically a beta. So this isn't a finished version. This is what it may look like when it's done. It's about 99% finished as far as the way it looks, but as far as other things it may not be. So we're going to take a look at browsers today. So here we have the iPad, and we'll go ahead and take a look at that, and then we'll take a look at the browser on the Windows 8 tablet. So let me move that out of the way, and we'll move the iPad into display, or into screen here. I'm going to unlock my iPad. Now, for the sake of the video, I'm going to turn this to landscape, and the reason for that is I can't turn the other tablet out of landscape. So here is the iPad. You can see this is my website, and we can scroll just like you'd expect. We can pinch to zoom, no problem there. If we want to tap on a link, we can tap. It will go to the next page. So it'll take a moment, it'll load. Both of these will be on my Wi-Fi, so they should be about the same. And you can see this was the last comparison where we compared mail. So here's the website, and we can do a few things. We have a few options. We can search in the upper right here. Tap in here, search. We can put in our web address, obviously. We can go back, forward. We can bookmark, and here's a bunch of different bookmarks. We can edit our bookmarks, or we can have a reading list, but we'll take a look at that in a moment. And then we have some share options. So right here, we can add a bookmark. We can add to reading list, so that means we'll save the web page later and look at it later. We can add to home screen, so I can make a direct link to the home screen from here. We can mail a link to this page. We can tweet it on Twitter, or we can print the page. So those are all built into iOS. Now we can copy and paste and things like that, but you can do that throughout the OS. So I'm going to talk about the browser itself. So it renders things pretty nice. It does not have Flash, fully HTML5 compatible, works great with that. If I want to add it to the home screen, I can do that. Windows 8 Versus, that's fine. It'll link to this page, and I added it to the home screen. It'll open the browser back up, load that page, and we're good to go. So pretty basic. It's your basic browser. Works great with HTML5 content. Anything other than Flash works good for that. Let's go ahead and move that to the side, and we'll take a look at Windows 8. So we'll go ahead and turn Windows 8 on, unlock it. I've unlocked Windows 8, and you can see there's the home screen, tile layout, and updating live tiles, mail, things like that. One person said I forgot to mention the mail updating live tile. Thanks for bringing that up. I thought it was kind of an obvious feature, but some people may not know, and it is a nice feature. It will update with some recent mail that comes in, so it's really nice. So there's the browser. I did not open the browser. It went to Microsoft, so it did it on its own. We'll go here. We can, so you can see everything disappears. We'll go to the bottom here, and it's this tablet too, so don't blame it completely on the tablet. Sometimes it's responsive. You can see it's not doing what I want it to do, and now it's working. So we'll go to Zollotech. It's already in there. It will load. You can see how fast or slow it loads. It's pretty fast, considering this is a single core processor. There's the web page, and we can scroll. Really smooth scrolling, really nice. Pinch to zoom. Pretty much the same as iPad as far as the speed. You can see we can drag it around. It's basically showing what's there and what's not. Now, it looks like you've just got the full page, and this is something I personally like about Windows 8, is it's a full screen app until you want to change something. So if I want to change something, slide in from the bottom, and you can see the last things I went to. Quick history. We can get rid of those. Now, we can do tabs, arguably, in the iPad or on iOS 5, and you saw those tabs across the top. Most browsers nowadays do tabs, so I figured I'd just mention that. But you can see we can close these out. We've been here. That's fine. Okay. Now here we can add a page, so we can add a tab basically. It keeps a little bit of a history. We'll just go to Zollotech, and there's the history. We can tap to go to the link we want. It brings up the web address, shows where we're going. And there we go. Now, like I mentioned, this is basically a beta, a very stable beta. Haven't had it really crash or anything. Occasionally it will do something wonky like you saw there, but overall, pretty stable. So we want to type in our web address. We go here, type in our web address. Different types of input. We've got stylus and things, but that's really the keyboard. That's fine. Now here we can stop it. We can go into here to pin it. Now pinning is something you may be familiar with Windows 7. We can pin to the start bar. So we'll go ahead and pin to start. We'll look at that in a moment. Then we have some tools or options here. Find on page, view on the desktop. So if we want to view the web page on the desktop, we can do that. I'll show you that. Now it's going to open the web browser that's built into the desktop.